Hi Anna, so here are the revisions I've made from last night, or when we last spoke. Let's just go through them one by one. So starting with shoe racks, these are 600mm wide. That and that, those two are mesh shoe racks, and they are good for flat shoes, so trainers, gent shoes, stuff like that. That will hold 6 pairs of small lady shoes and 5.5 pairs of slightly heavier, wider, 5 pairs of heavier, wider gent shoes. It's slightly peculiar why that happens. I think it's because these are based on these widths are based on old imperial measurements, and they have to do everything within that. So that's why we have this slightly peculiar situation where 5 pairs of shoes with one front and one back tends to be what happens with gent shoes on that rack. This rack is a bit more straightforward. This is really only useful for lady shoes with a defined heel, so that's, you know, stilettos, kitten heels. It won't work for wedge heels, and it won't work for ballet pumps, things like that. You need a defined heel for this rack to work. But on a positive note, it will hold 9 pairs of stilettos very comfortably. So moving on, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shelves left and right. I'm probably going to reduce the width of those ever so slightly, so I'm inside your 380 measure. It's worth double checking that measurement and that measurement. I'll make a note of that on the 2D drawing. Same on this side, because I'm having to fit something on 3 sides there. We really need to know what we're doing and what's going to fit. Also, can you look on the inside of the door frame here? Is there any kind of frame on that surface? Because if there is a frame that sticks out, it's going to interfere with that shelf and reduce that width. So let's really understand what's happening on the inside of that door frame. It would be quite common for a protruding frame to appear here on this door frame. Okay, that's a solvable problem though. It's just a case of reducing the width of these shelves until we know they absolutely fit. So as soon as possible this week, let's get that done. That won't change what metalwork we buy. It will change what pieces of wood are cut. Let's carry on with the Elfa. I've now reverted to a solid shelf here. I did have an Elfa wire shelf in there, but we don't need the hanger there anymore, so I've reverted to a bespoke white board shelf. On the utility track we have 5 hooks, and it might be that there are 3 versions of this utility track I could supply you with. I have sort of preferences for each one, and rather than bore you with the details, I will just send you the one that best suits your needs. The hooks, that's a reasonable impression of what the hooks look like. Again, that I think is a discontinued product, which I will endeavour to get and send you the one that I think best suits your needs. So that's the, hang on, let's go to the back of door. I've changed this for a screw-on wall band. I'm not going to order the hook for you, the over-the-door hook. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shoe racks on there. So if any of that is wrong, I need to know in the next day or so. I'm going to price for this, I'm going to price it as if it was for home installation. These bespoke boards, the company who will be cutting these and edging them, have a South London and a North London depot. we need to decide whether you are going to collect those in person. If you have a car, I mean, they're nice short lengths, it'll all go in any kind of car, or you want them delivered to you, which will cost about £65. So I will try and point all of this up in the email, but that is what I'm going to base the final price on. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Speak soon. Bye bye.